Hey everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon TV. I'm here with my buddy Damien Carney, who is just so amazing and fabulous. And we're here doing a photo shoot for Joico. And Damien, if you know him, has won zillions of awards, photographic awards, has entered these things, is even doing some of his own photo shoots now. And behind us is Sue Pemberton, who's working hard. And I said, Damien, as long as we have a couple minutes, let's talk about photo shoots. Because I know so many out in the modern salon audience want to do photo shoots. And as we discuss this, number one, there are 10 things. And number one is assembling the team, which is the model, the makeup artist, the photographer. And the bottom line is, those are almost the last of it, right? I mean, what do you have to say?
I mean, at the end of the day, your results only going to be as good as the team that are around you. I'm a great believer that, you surround yourself with people that are better than you. I don't want to be the best person in the team. I want to be surrounded by people that are aspiring to be great too. So, you're going to choose, obviously, your stylist, your models, all of the team, your makeup artist, your photographer. And I think at the end of the day, if you're inexperienced, I think it's great to have a little bit more structure to do things. As you mature and you start getting into the photographic world, I think you've got to let your organic kind of spirits go free with your team. If you've got the brilliant makeup artist, let them have a little bit of freedom. Stick to a concept, but don't nail yourself to a concept. And at the end of the day, to me, it's having a great model. Put all your money, all your time into making that model look great, because the camera doesn't lie.
And what are the keys to the model? What makes a great model? Not just somebody who's willing to cut and color, which is usually what I'm looking for, but somebody once said, make sure she has a long neck. What are the other keys?
There's lots. Make sure she's got 2 eyes and she's got a full set of teeth. I mean, it goes on. I mean, the reality is that every company, including me, large companies, small salons, big salons, are always struggling to find a girl that's willing to cut and color their hair. So they do exist. You can look at a girl on the street. The great thing is you get your iPhone, your iPad, take a quick picture, and what you should be looking at is the bones of the girl. Forget the makeup, forget all the detail of her eyelashes and all of that. Look at if she's got good cheekbones, even skin tone maybe, good lips, good bone structure. The ideal is that you're looking for the oval. I don't always get it, but what you can do is with great makeup, great lighting, and a great haircut and styling, you can make somebody's face look more oval. Even the most supermodels that you see walking the streets of any major city don't look pretty with makeup on, because their bone structure is different. So forget what you see, remember what they're going to be. And what you're going to do when you work with a talented team that's going to make them look great. And that's the secret. Yeah. You can take ordinary into extraordinary.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw that in here right now. Work with Roberta Lagresti, who, even if they don't come in perfectly, they're going to end up perfect no matter what. Okay.
Absolutely.
Roberta's right over there. So then we go into the hair. Now you're on set and you are doing something, and you talked about suitability.
Well, suitability, I think, kind of comes into looking at what's going to look good on that person, looking at their body shape, their characteristics of their face shape, what's going to be good with the lighting, with the entire team. I think sometimes you've got to pull things back, and sometimes you've got to push things up. I think the hardest thing is finding the balance of what is aesthetically pleasing and beautiful and what is overload. Today we're doing a simple look, for me, from a haircutting point of view, because the color is going to be more dominant than the actual haircut. When you've got too many elements coming together, they fight. There's just something when you look at the screen or the camera that's aesthetically not pleasing to the eye. So sometimes you dial something down and you dial something up. The great thing about today with the technology, within 1 minute of a second, you can see your image up on a screen. Decades ago, you were waiting for film and Polaroid to develop, so you had to wait, and even then it wasn't a guarantee. So it enables you to look at the screen and be able to change it. So having a balance and a view of beauty, I think, is important. I may not like something, I can appreciate when it's done really, really well. It just isn't my flavor of the day. Come tomorrow, I might look at it and see something completely different. But always try and make people look beautiful. Beautiful and edgy, beautiful and raw, beautiful and classic, whatever it be, whether it's the pages of Italian Vogue, Marie Claire, Pop magazine, whatever you're inspired by. But have a sense of value and beauty to your own work.
Okay, well, you're jumping all over the map because we had these in a list. So balance and proportion.
Balance and proportion, again, I think is really important, because what you have to do is you have to kind of see how the hair is going to be in balance with the face shape, how it's going to be in balance with the body, how it's going to be in balance with the wardrobe. So, does volume go with voluminous clothes? Maybe a smaller head shape would emphasize more of the clothes. What are you selling? If your objective with your pictures is to draw attention to basically the hair, but you could have a girl with no clothes on, beautiful makeup, and do something quite naked, and it can be equally as refreshing and modern. So you're looking at basically a sense of balance to all of those kind of things. Trust your instinct. Know when you've got the right balance between makeup, hair, suitability. Does it look fresh? Does it look like it's just walked out the salon? At the end of the day, the image, what is it that you're using that image for? Is it to build your business? Is it to build your portfolio? Or you're getting together with your team and you're just going to have an artful, fun day. And that can be equally as rewarding too.
Yeah, I just love speaking to Damien because you just say it so beautifully. Okay, so next up on our list is sense of beauty. Did we discuss that already?
Well, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but I think it's a thing that basically, as one works through. Do you remember the first time you picked up a pair of scissors, or the first time you picked up a tint brush? Well, I remember my first haircut. I thought it was amazing. Well, it was amazing because it was my first haircut. But when I look back, it looked like she cut it herself. It was full of mistakes, but there's an innocence when you look at that because it's something you've done for the first time. As my work has matured, I think my work throughout my career has hopefully got a little bit more beautiful. And what I mean by that, you aesthetically look at an image and you can see that all of the elements are really working together as a unit. In the past, I would put too much hairspray on, overdo the hair, and it just didn't look really attractive. Hair should look like hair, even if you're doing something frizzy or something textural. There should be a warmth and a vibrancy and a sense of fashion to your hairstyle. So when we talk about my sense of beauty, I'd like to try and think that, some of my images could be slipped into a fashion magazine rather than maybe a typical hair magazine. So always think fashion, always be inspired by that, and always try to make that person look as beautiful as possible, no matter whether you're doing something classic, something avant-garde, you're using wigs, you're doing men's hair, you're doing upstyling, or maybe you're inspired by a celebrity.
Very cool. Okay, so the taste level, that's kind of the same thing?
It is. They are, and one plays off one slightly different. Taste to me is something that you mature into, and sometimes you've kind of got that awareness. I don't calculate things. It's just an instinct. You walk down the street and you'll see somebody who's dressed tastefully. You look at somebody's hair and you think that's just the right thing for you. You're wearing the right look. The shoe fits you. So I think taste is one of those kind of things you've got to keep your mind open and improve all the time.
Okay, so I know we only have, I think, 2 minutes left here. Fashion is very important.
Stay current. It really, in these days, no excuse to know what's on the runway. There's no reason why you can't click a button and be in tune with Paris, London, New York. And to ignore that, you're just going to get left behind. And that's very dangerous because the work can date.
Okay. The concept, you should go into a photo shoot with a concept in mind.
I think concepts help people explain a meaning or an image. And I think sometimes an image can say so much. Too many images, you're confusing people because you're saying you want it hard on this one, you want it soft here, your volume here. I'm confused. As I've gotten matured, I'm working with a team in the studio right now. I don't need to get pages out of a magazine because you're working with a high level of team. You give them 2 words and they've got your concept. And if it doesn't work out, the team will organically switch it into something else. So use your concept boards if you feel you need them, but don't have too many of those images because you can be speaking a language that makes the concept even more confusing than what you originally set out to
And then you're locked in. I mean, yeah. I have a problem with mood boards.
Be flexible.
Okay, we have remember to be organic, and this is pretty much what you just said. Just kind of let it flow. If things have to change, they have to change.
I've walked in and done celebrities' hair. I've walked in and done runways hair, but somehow something's changed at the last minute. What am I going to do? Get everything all, at disarray and be upset? No, you've got to be organic. Okay, the spirit of the movement's going this way. Everyone will have a beautiful day, and if everyone's on board, the team decides we're going to go down that way. It was a logic way of getting beautiful images. So be prepared to stretch your ideas and stand by them if they work, but don't be rigid. If you're rigid, you're just going to nail yourself to the wall.
Yeah, and then everybody's going to end up being unhappy. And then we'll just bring it down to our last thing, which is trust your team.
Absolutely. Build your team. The more you work with your team, the more confidence you get. The more you work together, the more you understand what everyone has to offer. There's nothing worse than having a team where they're dry as a bone and they're just like sitting there like, got no ideas. So trust your team, work with them regular, and you'll be watering the team. By watering them, you're going to see your flowers grow, you're going to see your images getting stronger, and that really is the reality.
I just love Damien Carney. You're the best. Thank you so much. And for everyone out there doing photo shoots, listen to his words and just enjoy it. The bottom line is enjoy it.
Thank you, Maggie. Have fun. Don't take it too seriously. We'll see you soon from Modern Salon.